Starts at 2 right here on 107.3 WBBL. If anybody asks you who you listen to today, please tell them the Eric Zane Show on WBBL.
Well, that's weird. I don't think this happened. I think that had to do with the commercial that just played with Bill's voice coming out of one speaker and the marching band coming out of the other. But Marcus just texted me and said the station just went to dead air.
Yeah, we were off air for a second.
We were.
The CBS Sports Minute timed out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
All right, well then thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. I thought it was like the audio from that commercial. How much time? 10 seconds? 20 seconds?
Probably 20 seconds, probably.
Well, that shouldn't be that way. How is that even happen in the first place? That's ridiculous. Well, sorry. Hope we didn't lose everybody. Hope you're back now. Before we get to these audio clips that we want to play for you, last week, I think it was, we had people call up at 800-785-1073. If you were a Trump fan, you had to say something nice about Mrs. Clinton and then something bad about Mr. Trump. And if you were a Clinton fan, you had to do the opposite. You had to say something nice about Trump that you liked, something you liked, and then something you disliked about your candidate. We head to Massachusetts left over. This is Matt in Nantucket. Matt, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What do you got for us? Now, are you a Clinton fan or are you a Trump fan?
I am a Trump fan, and when I heard the topic on the podcast about saying something good about the other, I guess that was the first time I actually tried to think something good about Hillary. After watching the debate, it came very clear to me two easy options to go to. Now,
before you say it, the spirit of the bit is that you can't be snarky about it. You have to be legitimate. You're going to do that,
I'm going to be genuine about it.
Okay.
I heard the podcast, and then I saw the debate because I listened a little behind.
Okay.
And when I was watching it, it was like, boom, clear, popped in my head.
Okay.
Like, man, I want to call that guy.
Perfect. What do you got?
I'll shoot. So I support Trump, and first thing I'll say is that when he got up there and started talking about how well stop and frisk worked in New York, and the moderators were very clear that was deemed unconstitutional, and I would say that he mentioned it about 10 more times. That made me think that man is absolutely insane, and there's no way that I could ever support him if he is supporting more bigger police arresting people just walking down the street, check you, hey, you have something on you, you go to the court system.
So let me pause right there. You just said Trump is your guy. But at the time when you heard about this stop and frisk thing, you were like, well, wait a minute.
I don't see how someone in their right mind could support something that has been deemed by the federal government as a violation of human civil rights, which is a cop because it usually targets minorities.
Yeah. Well, did you? So have you flipped now? Are you not? Is he not your guy?
I've not flipped. I've not flipped. But because I do have a strong dislike for Hillary, and I just have a strong record for voting for the red party and not blue.
Okay. Well, what do you have nice about Mrs. Clinton? Or I shouldn't say nice. Something that you like about her then?
It came up right at the same time as when Trump was, just as he got done with his spiel about ruining my support for him almost entirely. But Hillary, who I do not get a good vibe from at all, those wacky smiles and crazy ticks she does are pretty interesting. But
well, it's
oops, I got snark. Let me take that back.
No, it's just a physical thing. It doesn't mean anything.
Okay. Is that she came right back and saying that she supports closing or doing away with privatized prison and lowering the prison population. And I support that so much, not profiting off of people's misfortune and being locked up and held down in chains and behind bars.
Okay, so you're a Trump guy. You're going to vote for Donald Trump. You like Mrs. Clinton's take on the prison population. You dislike Trump's stop and frisk.
Yes,
okay.
That he supports something so unconstitutional.
Right.
And I think that he wants to put more people in jail. She wants to put people out.
Okay.
I don't want a government that wants to lock up the population.
So, but you're still going to vote Trump, right?
I think so, but this is pretty huge for me, and that's why I guess I had to call up, because seeing these two sides of the spectrum could be almost a deciding vote. So I'm just going to have to pay more attention now. I guess I'll have to watch.
Wow, that's crazy. I think out of all the ones we got, I think this one, way after the fact,
most well thought out,
is very, very, very interesting to me. That how you were able to get to where you are right now is very interesting.
I just believe the difference in philosophy and the extreme negative impact of one and the extreme positive idea of the other.
Wow.
I would have to be not the brightest person if I didn't consider changing my support.
Very
and everyone I know says, "Oh, I'm not even going to vote this year." Everyone's idiots. I just believe in. I used to not vote when I was young. I finally learned about politics, and I care now. So I believe you need to draw a line in the sand and jump on one side.
That's very well thought, very interesting. Matt, I appreciate you calling from all the way in Massachusetts. Sorry we're eating up your data. Hopefully that you're on Wi-Fi. And,
hey, that's all right. Thanks a lot. It was great to be on the show.
All right, buddy. See you around.
See, we're making people think.
That was great.
That was a really good answer.
That was one of the best calls I've ever heard in this business. He was careful and meticulous. He wasn't insulting. He just said what made him think the way he is.